Well, thank you very much. All right. Well, look at this. We're back at Podcastville. I like it, dude. This is good.
Let's go. It's time. Put on play pants.
All right, welcome in, everybody. He's Jason Ginty. My name is Rod Ryan, and we've had about a month off, maybe a little longer. So this brings us to episode 56 of the Play Pants podcast. We'd like to thank our only sponsor. I mean, you know, you take half the summer off, you're not exactly going to drum up new sponsors. So piratesofthequarter.com. Be sure to check them out. There are some great things coming up in New Orleans. And if you're going to be planning a weekend or a trip to NOLA, make sure you check out piratesofthequarter.com. Where the fuck have you been? Jason, how are you?
I am great. This is weird. It's like, you know, I'm like, looking at all my equipment here, and I'm like, how do you do this? How do I? What wire goes where?
I wrote that down. Like, where the fuck have you guys been? There was really it wasn't like we did the last podcast and tipped our cap and said, yeah, and you're not going to hear from us for 6 weeks. I don't think. I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't know that we weren't doing a podcast for 6 weeks. Was it 5 weeks? I don't know. However long it was. I didn't know. I knew that you were going to be gone for a couple of weeks because you had a European vacation, correct?
Yeah, I took off for 2 weeks, went over to London, and then kind of tippy-toed and trained through the countryside and ended up in Edinburgh, Scotland, which, of course, we can talk about that in a couple of minutes. Because, you know, anytime you travel, it's wild. It's wild. And anytime you travel nowadays, it's a little more interesting. You know what I mean? So I do want to talk about that a little bit. What's been very interesting, Rod, and I'm sure you've been catching a lot of it everywhere I go. And this is crazy. Everywhere I go, hey, I'm all caught up on your damn podcast. When you guys going to do another one?
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot. I'm getting some work done on one of my cars, and I'm at the shop and the guy goes, hey, what the hell? Where's your podcast, dude? I drive across the causeway here in New Orleans. I got nothing. What am I going to do? And I'm like, it's coming. Don't worry.
I got a little nervous. So when we skipped the first week, 3 or 4 people, hey man, you know, what's going on? Is the podcast, is it going up, you know, on Thursday? Is it going up on Friday? And I'm like, nah, you know, we didn't do one this week. So, you know, 3 or 4, no big deal. And then the second week rolls by and it might be the same 3 or 4, then maybe one other one. I'm like, man, there's really not a lot of people asking me where the podcast is.
Right.
It wasn't until that we missed 3 weeks that I really kind of got hit up like, okay, what's going on? They were asking everything. If we were fighting, if there was some sort of, did we get kicked off of podcasts? Like, I don't know that you can get kicked off, that we don't really have a boss or, I mean, I know that we place this thing on iHeart and Spotify. I don't even know where we put it, but no, we didn't get kicked off of anything, but it wasn't until the 3rd week that people started really kind of blowing me up a little bit. Like, okay, now what happened? You guys have known each other a long time. What did you fight about something? And I just said, no, we just
life.
Yeah.
Life.
You know, I did tell people that. I'm like, man, kind of life got in the way. Life got in the way. My life. And I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to sit down and just like spill my guts about everything that's going on. Someday, very, very soon, though. And so July was an insanely busy month for me. It was very kid intensive, very work intensive. Shit, man, teachers got it wired. I'd love it. Man, having the summer off has got to be the fucking bomb.
Yeah,
a lot of fundraising and stuff like that. We're in the final stretches. We'll talk about it, but we're in the final stretches of our backpack campaign. And man, it's just a lot of work. It's awesome. It's awesome. And the listeners have come through so huge again for us here in Houston. And people have been buying stuff from all over the place. I'm tracking orders coming in from everywhere. And it's amazing. But we're raising money for backpacks. And this Saturday, we're going to pass out backpacks. And, everything's more expensive now. I used to say that, hey, I need to raise about $80,000 so that I can get 4,000 backpacks. And I need more than that now. And I don't know where we're at yet. It's going to come right down to the wire. So we got 80 grand. I got my 80 grand,
okay.
But that doesn't get me the 4,000 backpacks anymore. It's just, supply chain issues, all of that shit that you hear about. But you can still get into the store. And again, if you haven't purchased anything from the Rod Ryan Show Care store, this is like my last big push. The store will be open this week and through the weekend. And then boom, I shut it down, take a couple weeks off. And then we'll be working on Boobs Rock. Prostate Cancer Awareness Month is September, dude. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Never ends.
Dude, it never ends.
So this
it never
podcast, ends. We know we get a lot of people who watch the YouTube version. This will go back on YouTube. We're gonna do everything the same. Nothing has changed. We didn't like upgrade and go 2.0. I know that's gonna disappoint a lot of people. No, it's still the same shit we've been doing since day one. But we are on YouTube. Like, subscribe, smash that son of a bitch. But I felt a little uncomfortable as Rod was going through the whole like, hey man, you got a couple more days to buy shirts and all this stuff. And in the look on his face on the YouTube when you watch it, he's staring down right into my eyes going, you specifically, Jason Ginty, have an opportunity to buy some shirts and you haven't done it yet. No, I could feel it. I could feel it coming through, bro. I got it. I will buy some tonight. I promise.
I can go in on the back end of the store and I can kind of see, I
didn't buy shit.
And I can arrange it. I can arrange it by orders, by the biggest to the smallest orders. I can arrange it I can arrange it alphabetically, which is dangerous.
I'm guilty.
Because then you start, looking at the G's section and
GI doesn't come up at all because this dick didn't buy shit. And I'm an asshole.
I went, gee whiz. I'm in the G's over here. I don't see any Ginties.
I only do a podcast occasionally with a guy. You'd think maybe he would float 20 some odd bucks for a shirt for some kids' backpacks.
Buy some stickers, get a koozie, get a cup, get a tote.
I'm an ass.
My sister said that she ordered some stuff today. And
nice.
You know what's weird? It's when somebody low key listens to you and they don't really tell you. If you come across somebody that they almost don't want you to know that they're listening to you on the radio. I don't know. It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
So I know that my sister occasionally listens because she kind of will throw some things out there every now and then. And I don't grill her. I've talked about Sue Ryan on this podcast and on the radio show. She's on the line for General Motors. And I think they're allowed to wear, I think she might be wearing a headset now, or maybe just one. You got, safety first on the line and all of that. And I've talked about her working on the Corvette engine. And our iHeart, the app was down the other day. And she's blowing me up on my phone. Like, hey, dude, what's going on with the station?
Jeez.
And I'm getting blown up all over the place because our app was down. And that's a big fucking deal, right? I mean, because it's amazing how many people are relying on that app to listen to you live in the morning. And she never once ever told me that she listens every day. She didn't, but the day that app was down, she's like, boom, boom, boom. Hey man, where are you? What's going on? I can't hear the show. Wow. And I really didn't know that she listened every day, and I still didn't give her shit. I'm like, yeah, the app's down and, I'll let you know when it's back up and running. Why wouldn't she tell me that she listens? She did. And then she kind of snuck it in there today that she ordered a t-shirt.
Oh, and look at that. Look at that. And again, Rod, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, as long as you're getting that shirt, and I will get on the store tonight after the podcast is done and I'll hook it up. Cause you got great stuff. I've perused. I just haven't pulled the trigger. I know. I don't say a word. I know. I won't ask. Please don't. People have been asking me too, like, listen, Ginty, we haven't done the podcast in 4 weeks. Where are all the 10s? Where have you been dropping them? You know what I mean? Like I'm getting that a lot.
Not one fucking person asked you about dropping a 10.
Dude, where are the 10s?
Nobody said that.
They're stacked all around me. You can't see them. I said them. I don't want to be stacking them in the room here, but there's 10s.
I'm looking around. I'm looking for somebody that asked you about 10s have you dropped any 10s?
Not really. I got to be honest. I've just been like everyone's been like, where's the podcast? Look, we've said this from day one. We do this because we want to do it. We do need to try and make it more consistent. I want to do it every week, but occasionally shit gets in the way. And what's going to be the first thing that we cut out of our schedule? It's fucking podcast.
Right.
It doesn't pay the bills, man. I mean, I want to do this every week. I absolutely do. And it's weird is after a couple of weeks went by, it never even crossed my mind like, I wonder if Rod's going to punt. And this is it. I never once thought that. It never crossed my mind.
Is this it forever? Because
Yeah.
I mean, we hadn't really even talked.
You know what's funny? This is the first time we've talked in a month. We're the worst fucking friends on earth, man.
Ever.
Or the best.
Worst
However
ever.
you think. Like, I think we texted a couple times. Like, you're like, hey, man, I'm taking the kid on a trip. I'm like, that's awesome. Do it, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm told you, hey, I'm going to Buffalo. Hey, man, I hope you guys had a good trip, blah, 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 that sort of thing. But in and out. But yeah, this is like, I think this is the first time that we've talked. So, hey, man, how you been? You look good.
If it wasn't for the podcast, we wouldn't fucking talk. It's so stupid. It's so messed up, man. We should both be in therapy, man. What's been up, Rod? I took a vacation, and you know what? It was great. My wife did a great job planning this thing out. We planned it out last fall. Well, when I say we, I mean she planned it out last fall. And she's like, hey, man, we'd been to London years ago. And, my son's now almost 14. So he's into that mode where he wants to go explore. He wants to see shit. And he's a good traveler. The kid is a very good traveler. So we put together the London trip because he's a big history nerd. And London loaded with history. So we started out in London, did like 5 days. Dude, I'm telling you. What an amazing city. It's so smart. Is
there one best thing for you guys in London? Is there one favorite thing that you feel is the best?
Just the overall, the way it's laid out. Because we rode the subway, the tube, the underground constantly. I spent like $90 for 3 people and we were all over London for 5 days. That was it. That's all we spent for travel. We didn't Uber. We didn't cab. I mean, dude, once you figure out the tube, the underground, it's amazing. I love that, other than, weirdos on the tube occasionally. But as far as one highlight, I just like going up and down the river. You got the London Eye, which is that giant Ferris wheel. You got Big Ben, you got Parliament.
So when I went, that's where I stayed. There's a Marriott there. It's an old Parliament building that Marriott put in. And the London Eye was right outside of my room. And that's where we stayed. And then you got the bridge, and then there's Big Ben all right there. It's an awesome place to stay. I know you're like, Rod, you went to fucking London and you stayed at a Marriott because you have points.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, how much time are you going to spend in your room?
Very little.
It was all about location for me. Did you, St. Paul's Cathedral, did you walk up to the top? Did you do all the steps?
I was in a lot of cathedrals.
I mean, I think that's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, we went to, Westminster Abbey. That was cool. That's the old one. We went, I mean, we were all over the damn place. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but a lot of castles, a lot of churches. We did a lot of cool shit, man. London's just a great city. I just love the overall vibe of it. It's very, very smartly laid out. Imagine the city of Houston, okay? But you had an amazing subway system to get all over Houston within a matter of minutes. That's what London is, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking unbelievable. I loved it. I'm like, I would never own a car again. I would never own a car again. It's great.
Let me ask you this. And I know you're fucking weirdo, carrot head, but what did your family eat? Because I'll say this about London. The food is not great. It's not a world-class place to eat. It's different than like Paris is a world-class place to eat. Right. I think Houston, I think New Orleans, San Francisco, New York. These are like world-class places to eat. London is not. I remember, fish and chips, man. I love fried fish. I love fish and chips.
It's good.
But you go to all the different breweries and it's a standardized menu and it's the same fucking hunk of fish and French fries. Like it's not. I mean, did you guys go anywhere nice to eat? And did you notice that the food was just okay? I'm not asking you because you're a rabbit. Idiot, I'm asking about your wife and Hank. Did they have food that they thought was, oh my God, this is so great?
The interesting thing is you're right. When you go to a pub, and we wanted to go to some of the traditional pubs because that's the old school, it's the family style. You sit down, you get a pint and you eat the fish and chips or the bangers and mash or whatever the shit is, right?
Mushy peas, right? Mushy peas everywhere.
Mushy peas, gross. We did that a couple of times. And yeah, if you did that the whole time you're there, it's the same shit. But what's great about it is London being such an international city, it's very integrated with everybody. So there's Indian restaurants. There are Italian restaurants. There's all this. So what you do is, sure, you could sit there and live in that world of bangers and mash or fish and chips. And we did quite a bit, but we found some great Italian restaurants, had some amazing dinners that way. We went off the beaten path a little bit and found some good restaurants. But yeah, overall, not a home run as far as culinary in London, but man, just the sights and the sounds. It's just a great city. It's just so cool, you know.
I walking around London, we did I like to walk. I like to walk everywhere. And yeah, I'll use the subway and all that. But I mean, I love getting up and walking until I'm exhausted. Okay. And I want to come back to my room, peel off my shoes, sleep, and then I want to do it all over again the next day. That's kind of like how I do my vacation. I'm not much of a sit around guy, and I want to walk everywhere. I want to see everything. And as much walking as I did in London, I never walked into a shady neighborhood. Like, did you ever feel like you were in an area, and you got your wife and your kid? Yeah. Did you ever feel like you were in a bad neighborhood, or
no?
You took a wrong turn? I never took a wrong turn anywhere. I mean, for crying out loud, you can take a wrong turn in the French Quarter. Okay. It's only 12 by 12 blocks, and you can take a wrong turn and feel bad. The whole time I'm in London, and I went into some like artsy fartsy little weirdo smaller areas, but I never felt like I never ran into like a ghetto.
No. And you know, we're animals. We'll walk everywhere. And then, but occasionally you'll go, hey, we should go check this out. You get on the tube, and you know, when you're on the subway, you pop up and you walk up the stairs, and then boom, you're into wherever you got off. And once in a while you pick the wrong neighborhood and it gets a little weird. You get right back on the old subway and go, okay, we made a wrong stop here. But outside of that, no, you walk around London, you're cool. You're totally cool. We did cruise up, and since we do talk a lot of music on this podcast, Abbey Road, cruised out, did the old walk across Abbey Road.
Yeah, you took a picture. You had somebody take a picture of you. There is did you look it up? You know, there's a 24/7 Abbey Road cam.
Yeah.
And so you can see it nonstop. And it's funny because there's, you know, people live there, and they're like, fuck. Tourists. You know, everybody wants a picture walking across Abbey Road, and it looks different than the album cover, but it's still the same crosswalk, you know, where they did it, because the Abbey Road studios are right there.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, it's very cool, actually, you know, the Abbey Road walk. But you know, there's probably like 45 other people doing the same thing you're doing. So you got to kind of wait your turn. And yeah, it's a functioning street, and it's fairly busy. And you guess what? People drive in their car, they don't give a fuck about your picture. They're laying on the horn, they're yelling. It's awesome. I had more fun just watching people get yelled at and almost run over. It was crazy, but I got the picture, man. There's me going across Abbey Road. It was awesome. It was a cool thing. And then you go to the Abbey Road studios, which, you know, being a music dork and all that stuff, I take it or leave it with the Beatles. I get what they did. It's amazing, but I'm not sitting around cranking Beatles records, you know, but to stand out front of Abbey Road Studios and just stare at it like, holy
They're not the only ones that recorded there. You know what I mean?
Pink Floyd, everybody's been there. Everybody's done some amazing shit there. And it's just the history behind it all. And I was just like, okay, this is pretty fucking cool. You know, I did go into the gift shop, and I bought the Abbey Road vinyl from the Abbey Road gift shop right next to Abbey Road Studio. So I did nerd out a little bit there. But yeah, that part was cool. And then we went up to Liverpool, where the Beatles were from. And if you've never been to Liverpool, I'll save you the mystery. It's Detroit. It's Cleveland. It's that gritty Northeast vibe, you know, the Rust Belt. It's that harsh. Everyone's a little bit rough around the edges, you know, us.
Where great music comes from. Yes. You know, it's the steel mills. Black Sabbath comes from the steel mills, and you people make fun of me, you know, talking about Canada, but it's fucking cold. You're just in your mom's basement and you're practicing your instrument, and look at what happened in Seattle. Everyone's just practicing. They're indoors. It's cold. It's miserable outside. So same thing with Liverpool. I've always been told it's a working class kind of a place.
It is. It is exactly what it was. But it was cool because we were there a night because we wanted to do the Beatles tour. So we did. We took a tour with this guy who had such a thick, like, you know, you're used to hearing the British accent in your TV shows, your Bridgertons and all that shit, right? The Liverpool one is a lot more clipped. It is really hard to get your ears wrapped around. You know what I mean? Like after a little while with a British accent, you understand everything. Liverpool, man, this guy shows up. We take this Beatles tour. For the first half hour, I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. So I kind of missed all of Ringo's house. I don't know shit about Ringo, but the rest of them, I kind of figured out his thing. So you go from, you see all their houses where they grow up and you see different places. And it was really, really interesting. Again, not being a Beatles guy, but like Strawberry Fields. We've all heard the story, the song Strawberry Fields Forever. Well, not to really geek out on this, but that's just a place where John Lennon used to hang out as a kid. It was a park. There's fucking strawberries.
There's a Penny Lane too, right?
Penny Lane. This is great. Penny Lane is not just a street. It's an area.
Okay.
Penny Lane is an area. It's not just, there is a Penny Lane in the Penny Lane area. So if you go back and again, not going to nerd out on this too hard, but if you go back and listen to Penny Lane, the song and the lyrics, they're talking about a bus stop. They're talking about the barber shop. They're talking about all this shit. It's not on one street. It's in this area. And after this dude is explaining all this shit, literally the Beatles lyrics were just shit that they wrote down that they were doing that day. Woke up, dragged a comb across my hair, whatever song that's from. Yeah. Paul's like, I just fucking was late for the bus. And that's what I was thinking about when he wrote the lyrics. So when you start,
all songs are.
I know. It's when you start diving into lyrics, you start realizing that's just what the fuck was in front of that dude at that moment. That's what he wrote about. It's so great. So
ZZ Top just got paid today. Got me a pocket full of change. No shit.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, really? Oh, no shit. Me too. It was Friday.
Now, you're up near Manchester. I don't know much about Manchester other than Oasis. Do you go into Manchester at all?
We didn't. We got out of Liverpool after a night, and then we took a train across and up north to Edinburgh, Scotland.
Okay.
Now, if you've never been to Edinburgh, Scotland, put it on your list. Seriously, it is hip. It is cool. And if you've been to the French Quarter, let me just point out that Edinburgh, Scotland is nothing like the French Quarter. It's bigger and it's older and it's stone. Everything is fucking this heavy, dark stone.
Cool.
And it's awesome. So if you're a fan of Harry Potter, think of Harry Potter, that world, the castles and all that shit. That's what Edinburgh's like, man. There's so much cool shit. There's so much weird, fucked up, dark history. It's awesome. It's like New Orleans on steroids. When you think about the history of New Orleans, it's like that. Edinburgh's great. I would go back again just because it has this really heavy vibe to it. And the architecture is gorgeous. There's a big fucking castle on this mountaintop at the end. You can wander around and shit. Really, really cool stuff, man.
Bro, I rode the Maid of the Mist. Okay. I mean, you got castles, you're talking Beatles. I rode the Maid of the Mist,
which is awesome, by the way. Dude, it's almost the scariest boat ride you can take on Earth.
I went to Niagara Falls. That's all I got, dude. I went back home for a week. Mom turned 85, so that's awesome. And then, just did the Buffalo stuff and took my kid down onto the Maid of the Mist. And that is a boat ride that is what's called the Lower River. It's just where the falls dumps and you're down there at the bottom of the falls and you're getting hit with mist and water and it's cold and you get soaking wet. And apparently these new iPhones are waterproof because everyone had their phones out. I could not believe how it was just raining down on us and people had their phones out still.
Really?
Crazy. But yeah, it was, it's always good to go back home, I had a much different vacation than you did. But it's always great to go back home. It is.
Yeah. And I got a picture from somebody a couple of weeks ago, and they're like, "Hey, dude, I'm in Buffalo." I'm like, "Holy shit! Why didn't you tell me before you left? I'd have told you to go here, and here."
Buffalo is a really old city. It was, Buffalo was one of the biggest cities in America back in the day. I'm talking 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s. Buffalo was a metropolis, and they put some things up, and even going into the 20s. that's where City Hall, I think City Hall was probably built in the 20s. It's still there. It is still City Hall. It's an old city, man. There is some really like dope architecture. I mean, it wasn't castles and it's not Edinburgh, Scotland, but there really is. I mean, it's things that you don't appreciate when you live there. You don't think twice about it. And then you start looking at the architecture and what's going on downtown. We went, and my sister, born and raised, she still lives there. You think my sister has ever been inside City Hall in downtown Buffalo? Of course not. Why would you? So we went up to the observation deck and looked around and everything. My sister didn't even know that was available, you know, and I never did it when I lived there either. No. So I had some things that I wanted to hit, and I made a checklist of things that I wanted to do and go around downtown Buffalo, and it's pretty great. And I wanted to see some of the. They're doing a great job with some street art right now, and there's. A couple of years ago, I went and there's a great mural of the Goo Goo Dolls, and there's some cool Buffalo murals. And then there was one that was put up last year. I think sometime during the pandemic, it might have gone up, but it was for the Tragically Hip, and it was Gord Downey. And I had never seen it. So, you know, I went on one of those little treasure hunts to go look and find all the different street art they got on Hurdle Avenue. And, it's cool, man. I'll tell you what, it just being around family and stuff. And, you know, my kid, it just takes on a whole new meaning of when you take your kid somewhere that you grew up, you know, she's 4. She's not getting it yet. She gets Niagara Falls. She thinks that's cool as shit. But, you know, she's walking around places that I grew up around. And, you know, that's always a cool thing, you know.
Well, wait till she gets older and you can take her to a Sabres game when she's like 10 and be like, yeah, check this shit out. And then you go get wings at Anchor Bar. You do that stuff. You're bringing up a great point, Rod. I can't tell you how many people who live here who are like, yeah, I haven't, you know, I'll say, oh, I went down and did this in the French Quarter the other day. They're like, what? That exists? Seriously, man, look up shit in your own city that you live in. There's a ton of shit to do in most cities nowadays. There's a lot going on in all these cities. They want you to go out and downtown. I'm sure Houston's got all kinds of cool shit that a lot of people just blow by and don't even think about. Happens in New Orleans.
But the thing that I did talk about Buffalo is they take advantage of the nice weather there. And there's just live music. There's festivals. There was the Italian festival. And then there was Canal Fest in my hometown. So my little tiny hometown of North Tonawanda, all week there were bands playing outside. And there's the concessions and the beer tent. And, you know, we rode the Ferris wheel. I mean, that's going on in my hometown. That's every day, the whole time I was there. Yeah. And then down at the river, there was a concert and I saw our buddy Bruce. He plays in a Tragically Hip cover band. So I went, my kid wants to be front row for these concerts. She loves live music. So as soon as the band came on, my kid wants to go right to the front. So we get in the front and she wants to get on my shoulders. And then we're standing right in front of Bruce. So we saw Bruce. And, you know, we saw it's just there's live music everywhere. They take advantage of it during the summer because it's not fucking 100 degrees. You know, I mean, at night, it's like 80 degrees outside, 82. And they're all complaining it's hot. It's so awesome being outside and watching, you know, live music. My kid, we were at a bar and it's a bar restaurant, but it's a bar, but kids are allowed. I guess there was a couple kids in there and this guy's jamming and it's just a one-man show. It really is unbelievable what a guy can do. And I don't shit on him because you get all the money for that gig. So you got a drum track, you know, you got your iPad out there. Mm-hmm. You got your iPad out there. You might have a keyboard in front of you. You have a guitar. You have to be able to sing, but there's all kinds of filtration on that. But this guy's putting on a full concert and it's one dude. And it's great. It's great for a bar atmosphere. So he had kind of strategically placed in the bar, he had placed a bunch of tambourines and some cowbells and, you know, some just little percussive instruments. So my kid picked one up and this guy, you know, he's playing his first song and my kid's right there and she's got the tambourine, you know, and sometimes she locks into the beat. Sometimes she's a little off. And then she starts moving away from me. And she starts moving closer and closer to the fucking guy playing. and it's to the point where now the guy's not playing on stage. It's not a stage. It's a patio of a bar. So he's on the same level as us, but you know, he's in an area where he is, and he's facing all of us. My kid is now standing next to him and and he's talking to her, and he's using her as part of the set. And I keep telling him, I like, bro, I'll get the kid out of there. I go, just tell me, I'll get my kid out. She's 4. I'll get her out of there, dude. Just say the word. No. She's fine. She's fine. And he's using her as part of the act. And he's playing Beatles songs and stuff that she knows, like Here Comes the Sun and stuff. And she's playing tambourine the whole time. My kid was jamming for an hour with a band back home.
That's awesome.
And I'm running, dude, in between songs, I'm running up there with her water. Like I'm like the roadie, and I'm giving her some water, and I'm going back. And she's getting tips. It was awesome.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Occasionally locking in, quite a bit, locking into the beat. And then sometimes getting a little off, but that's all right. She wasn't mic'd or anything. But yeah, my kid jammed with a bar band guy for at least an hour.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah, in a bar. My kid, 4 in a bar.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane, Rod. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Totally get a great trip back home, man. I love it. You need to decompress. You got to get away once in a while. Even if it is going back home, you gotta get out, man. You gotta get out.
Can I say one more thing about my trip?
I would love to hear more.
I saw somebody that we used to work with.
Really?
Now my feelings aren't hurt, but I had an observation about it that I'd like to share with you.
I would love it.
When Jason and you can go back and listen to old podcasts, but when we got started in radio, we started out as interns, and we interned at a classic rock radio station, 97 Rock. People in Houston, old farts like us, will know 97 Rock here. Same logo, similar station. There was one in Buffalo. So that's where Jason and I interned. And then we ended up getting jobs at a radio station that competed against that classic rock station. And these classic rock jocks that were on the station were legendary. Okay. They were on for, our whole lives, and they're still on. Some of them are still on.
Crazy.
And the guy that does Afternoon Drive is Carl Russo. Okay. And when Jason and I got jobs, I was on that same time frame, Afternoon Drive, and I competed against Carl Russo. And this is the guy that we grew up listening to. So, he's a big deal in Buffalo. He's been on the air for maybe 40 years now. Okay. Yeah. He looks great. They all fucking are swimming in that cocoon pool. They haven't aged. They look amazing. So as I'm going to see our friend Bruce play, the 97 Rock van is there, and I see Russo, and I go, I'm going to go talk to this guy. I'm going to go say hi. So I go up and I talk to him, and, chit-chatting, Buffalo radio and blah, blah, blah. He remembers me. And we're talking, and then I find myself just carrying the conversation and asking him a bunch of questions. And again, my feelings aren't hurt. I know he's a big deal in Buffalo. I talked to him for about 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, Russo, great to see you, man. I got to go. And I walk away and I go back, and my sister's watching my kid. And I just go to my sister. I'm like, yeah, Carl, you great guy. That fucking guy didn't ask me one question about me and my career. He didn't ask me one thing. Like, I'm kicking ass. My career is fucking awesome. I'm kicking ass. The latest numbers that came out, Jason will tell you, he probably saw them. The latest numbers for our radio station, we have the highest rated alternative radio station in the country. Okay. Yeah. I'm almost 19 years in. Okay. I was just up for the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. This fucking guy didn't ask me one thing. As a matter of fact, I think he thought I was still in New Orleans.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, maybe not everybody follows everybody as close as we all think we do. But there is that.
I get it that you're Carl Russo and you're a big deal in Buffalo, and I was a nobody when I was there. I said that my feelings weren't hurt. I'm being truthful with you, but it was an observation that I made. These guys that we grew up listening to, man, they had some attitudes to them, and they're old school guys, and they're kind of still the same, dude.
Wow.
I didn't get one fucking question.
Like, are you still working in radio? Start there.
Nothing, dude.
Because that would be a fair question. Because if I ran into a guy, like, let's back it up a little bit more. Like, if we've been doing this for a couple of minutes now, we're 20 some odd years into this game.
Yeah.
If I had worked with somebody 10 years ago and they came up, hey, remember me? Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, dude? Where are you now? That's a fair question because not everybody follows everybody.
Well, like I said, something came up New Orleans. And then I said, no, dude, I'm in Houston. I said, now I'm going to throw something out there. Maybe that he'll be interested. I'm like, no, dude, I'm in Houston. I've been doing mornings for almost 19 years. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
You motherfucker.
Was it, but yeah, to put some context.
He wasn't being rude. He wasn't being rude. I just had to carry the conversation with him. And it was just me talking about our old boss, John Hager, and kind of talking about what went down with the morning show and what their new morning show, who we know those guys. And I just had to do everything. I had to do everything in that conversation. And I'm like, dude, I mean, listen, you're never going to hear me say this out loud, but I'm a fucking big deal, bro. You didn't ask me one question about my career.
And was he like busy doing shit at the same time or just?
No, he had nothing going on. It was just him and I just hanging. It wasn't like, the whole time that I'm talking to him, people are coming up like, holy fuck, Russo, man, what's up? What's up? He's not taking photographs. He's not signing. He's not doing anything. He's just talking to me. That was it.
Well, it's one thing to be popular and be good on the radio because you don't have to talk to anybody on the radio.
It's okay. It really is. I sound like I'm like way more worked up about it than I am. I promise you. I left. I told my sister, I'm like, yeah, nothing. Just nothing. And to those guys, and this is why, and back me up on this. One of my underlying reasons of leaving Buffalo, they were always going to see me as that intern running around with a stack of commercials.
Yep.
And they were, I don't think they could ever get that out of their mind. Like that guy started out he was a pissant here. He was an intern. And I think Russo
saw you the same way.
It was 25 years ago, but I think when I walked and I rolled up on him, I think he kind of saw me as, I think you interned at the station before.
See here, get me a coffee. You're like, okay, I'll get it. Yeah.
I remember him, we used to use these carts and I remember being an intern. Yeah. Intern, erase these for me. He did that.
But see,
didn't you always feel,
yeah,
and this kind of, again, when you start somewhere at the ground floor, there's some great things about it. It's like you show that you've worked your way up. You were an intern and now you're doing this and you've done all these great things there. But man, in the back of my mind, I always felt, yeah, you were an intern here. Let's not forget that you used to be an intern.
And you know what? I think part of it too that pisses you off is that you became what we aspired to be. Those guys were our damn heroes on the radio, and we were lucky enough to
and they still are. And I love Carl, and I love Anita, and all of them over there. I love Carl. He shaped us. With growing up and listening to him. So I wasn't even mad. I still look up to those guys in a weird way. I look up to them.
But you look up you look up to them in a different way because you look up because they're on a pedestal a little bit. They're a little bit on a pedestal. But what's funny is like I've gone over the last 5-10 years. If these guys are on the air, and it's not just Carl, it's anybody that we grew up idolizing. If I find they're on the air somewhere, I'll listen. And when I listen, I'm like, wow, that was kind of a shitty break. You know what I mean? Because I'm hearing it in a different way now.
Oh yeah, he went. Again, I don't want anything to sound like I'm shitting on him because I just told you that I grew up and idolizing this guy. But he goes up and he's doing his stage rants and he's talking in between the band and stuff. And it was just, okay,
did his job. Did it
just, silly double entendre, hot nut jokes and stuff like that. There's a little bit of me that should have expected it because I've talked about this before. When I go home and I'm in my mom's house, I stay at my mom's house and I'm in my old bedroom, right. There's a piece of me that my mom still looks at me like a 14-year-old who grew up in the house. There's something about going home. And I certainly got a face full of it with Russo, but you're transported back to who you used to be.
Absolutely.
And it was a weird It was a weird experience, and I'm totally fine with it. But it was an experience, though.
But see, that I was going to bring that up because anytime I visit my mom and my dad, or they visit me, and then my brother's around, it's this weird thing where within seconds, within minutes, we all revert back to when we were growing up together in that house.
The dynamic that you had.
The dynamic is immediate. And it's weird because it's all the little things that used to piss me off with my mom and my dad. And I'm sure the same shit bubbles up immediately. Everything that was a problem, not really a problem because I had a great family growing up, but any little nitpicky shit just begins immediately. My mom's being a mom. She's concerned about everything and she's telling me everything. And I'm like, I know, you know what I mean? Like, so all those dynamics. So I guess it would be the same situation when you go and you meet Carl or you meet someone you used to work. Think about in this, and I'm trying to relay this to anybody's situation. Maybe you run into an old boss from 20 years ago in your day-to-day job. You know what I mean? And like you fall right into that boss-employee relationship immediately. You jump right back into those intricacies and those dynamics, So that's really weird, man. But it makes sense. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I like you and I, the amount that I've talked about it here, I didn't spend 5 minutes on it afterwards, but I did kind of lock it back. And I said, okay, you know what? Whether I talk to you off the podcast, I'm going to share that story with you. It's like, fuck, we don't talk. I'll do it here. I figured you would appreciate that.
I do. But I do want to go back to something else that you mentioned a minute ago. And then we got to take a break because we got fucking sponsors and shit. Not really. You mentioned your ratings, and I don't want to go too far down the road on this because it sounds a little bit like, yay, all right, yay, me. But you know what, dude? I saw those come out a couple of weeks ago, and I just went, holy shit. This is a station that is skyrocketing. And I'm not blowing smoke because you know me, I'm fucking blowing smoke up anybody's ass. I'm just saying it straight up. As a program director of an alternative radio station now, I'm looking at that going, holy shit. That station's on a rocket ride into outer space. So you've got probably the highest ratings in the country. Is it from an alternative radio station? I think you do. Okay, I looked. Guess who's programming the lowest rated fucking alternative radio? Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Well,
on opposite ends of Earth right now.
But just like you're looking at, it's like bookends here. If you're watching the YouTube channel.
No. I think I'm programming the worst rated alternative. And I will freely admit that, but I want to make this an ongoing experiment because it ain't always going to be that way. I'm putting the line in the sand. Yeah, right now we're fucking dog shit, but I've made a lot of changes.
Yeah. The only way you can go is up.
Fuck, can't go down. Jesus. We could go off the air for a month and we wouldn't change lower. Okay. I mean, dude, I'm not even joking. It's bad, but we're going to get better, but it takes time. So just want to throw that out there. But congratulations, dude. I mean, what the fuck you guys are doing? I don't know, but man, it's working.
I don't. So we never talk about it on the radio. And I've heard, I've heard radio stations, brag about their ratings and like really like sit around and talk about it. There's things that you can and you can't say. It is like a weird kind of a gray area thing to talk about it. But in all honesty, and this is the God's honest truth, I don't freak out over when it's low because the ratings go up and down and we always do well. We always do well. And not just the Rod Ryan show, but the radio station always does well, but we're the anchor. But I don't freak out when the numbers get low, they start knee jerk reacting and they want to look at everything. And I just tell them, I haven't done anything differently. So when the numbers were big, I didn't do anything different. And then they wanted to make some changes. I didn't make those changes. And now the numbers are huge. And they're like, well, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I haven't changed. Okay. We work hard every day. We put out a product, but, and I don't want to say that we don't, we do new things. We do different things every day, but I'm not like changing. So that means that I'm not in control of what those numbers are. You kind of know this. If I ever get let go then I'll spill everything. And there are some really, really interesting things about ratings, but it's such a crapshoot.
Yeah.
It's such a crapshoot that when we're doing great, there was a little party reception at the station, and they wanted to do a toast and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want to. It's like the guys when they win the East or the West Conference in hockey, they won't touch that trophy. They want the Stanley Cup.
Right.
Right. I just don't want to celebrate. I don't want to celebrate when it's so high.
Well, because
I try not to freak out when it's low.
You can't either way. You can't, because it's not like a good report card. It's what we all use in the business, but it's, I mean, yes, if you're consistently shitting the bed, then you got a shitty radio station. But if you're going up and down, it just depends on who's marking the report card that month or whatever, and it's a weird game. But yeah, I mean, you guys have been consistently kicking it pretty hard there the last couple of times. So that's awesome. I love to see anybody succeed in this format, because this has been a tough format the last few years, So let's talk about Def Leppard.
Number one radio state, number one rated alternative rock station in the country. And I'm one phone call away, or opening up my email, one email away, going, what the fuck you playing this song for? Dude, what are you doing playing all this Chili Pepper shit?
Oh, no,
I don't know, dude. I don't know. We're doing it because we're the number one rated station in the country. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah. See, when I get those, I just delete them. I don't even try, because I know we're dog shit right now.
It's just, yeah, but you're one email, you're one phone call away from getting kicked in the teeth, So that's why this is the most ratings talk I've ever done. We never talk about it on the air ever at all.
I just want to take a short break. Yeah. You want to talk t-shirts? You want to talk Pirates?
We can talk Pirates, and then on the flip side of Pirates, 35 years ago today, 1987, my high school graduating year, which I didn't go in, my 35th reunion. I thought 35 was a weird number.
I was in fourth grade. What the fuck?
Yeah, 35. My 35th. No, you were not. You were not, Dick. You're like a couple years younger than me, asshole. So 1987, Def Leppard released Hysteria. And just, hit after hit after hit. I think 5 or 6 hits on that album. So you got a Def Leppard top 5 for me? You remember how to do top 5s? It's still just 5, ass. 5.
I had trouble coming up with 5 songs from Def Leppard I liked. So yeah.
Stop.
I know.
You were in classic rock too long, man. This was easy. It wasn't easy getting it down to 5, but boy, there was a lot of great Def Leppard songs. All right, we're going to talk about our top 5 Def Leppard songs, but first, let's talk about our one and only sponsor here on the Playpants podcast. When you go to New Orleans, be sure to book Pirates of the Quarter, the walking tour. You can go to piratesofthequarter.com. You can look up all their socials at Pirates of the Quarter. It's fun. It's loaded with info. There's some big things coming up in New Orleans. And even here in Houston, it's White Linen Night here in Houston on Saturday, and I'm sure you guys are doing it there. Red Dress Run will be next week in New Orleans. Those are great weekends to go to New Orleans, man.
Huge
Red Dress Run, I hope it's back.
It is.
I felt like I was one of the only people running around with a man with a red dress on last year. So if you're if you're going to New Orleans, then make time to learn about some of the amazing things that went down in the French Quarter. You're going to be dancing in and around Bourbon Street, but there's so much more to the Quarter than just Bourbon Street. Okay. You're going to hear incredible stories, real pirates, how pirates shaped and how pirates were involved in how New Orleans came to be. The history of New Orleans it's all just littered with pirates. The tour is going to surprise you. There's so much more to New Orleans, man. So save a little time, discover the pirate history in New Orleans. Details, piratesofthequarter.com. And again, all the socials at Pirates of the Quarter.
Rod, you mentioned the Red Dress Run. That is definitely happening. That same night is something called Dirty Linen Night. So in the morning, you got the Red Dress Run. Everybody's getting hammered, running on the French Quarter. That night, Dirty Linen Night, is really, really cool because it's all the art galleries in the French Quarter, Royal Street, and they're all serving booze. So you just go from fucking art gallery to art gallery. And I know it sounds a little highbrow, but it's really not. And you drink their booze, look at some art, and there's just people everywhere. It's a great weekend in New Orleans. It's hot as shit out, but who gives a shit, man? Just fucking wander around, have fun. I mean, it's like we were talking earlier about there's shit going on in your city, wherever you live, all the time. We all just kind of glass it over and don't do any of it, you know? It's weird.
I've got some people coming over. So White Linen Night here in the Heights. It is a Heights-centric thing where I live. So 19th Street will be closed down. I live closer to what's White Oak, 6th Street, and there's a bunch of bars, and they're all just ready to go. So everyone will be in white linen, and the reason that it is here in the Heights, it was started from a couple in New Orleans that it left after Katrina, and then they started white linen here, and then it just kind of spread throughout the Heights. So it's very much a Heights thing. And it was another one of the reasons that I loved, moving here in the city where I live, just because it's just got that kind of vibe. So yeah, we'll be doing some white linen this weekend.
It's awesome, dude. So
Def Leppard, dude.
I've never been a huge Def Leppard fan. I got to be honest, man. I get it. I like them. I got a few songs I dig, but it's not a band that I don't think I've ever seen them live.
Ooh, I have seen them live several times, and they're still pretty relevant, man. They're on that stadium tour now. Motley Crue is getting all of the press on this tour, and if you want to talk for 5 minutes on this tour, wow, what the fuck was Motley Crue thinking?
I don't know.
Vince never got in shape. No. Vince never got his vocals back. The guitar player can barely stand. Tommy Lee with broken ribs. He is playing the drums, though. I don't know. You probably missed out on a lot of this stuff, but he got busted with a click track starting before he started the drums. Yeah, and people were thinking that he wasn't playing. He's playing the drums, but, with broken ribs, and it's just, they're a mess. They should have stayed retired. And I'm sure you feel the same because you made the pilgrimage to go to LA to, one of their, hey, this is it. We're done forever. We've signed contracts. We're never getting back together. Well, they're back together. But Def Leppard is a part of that. Poison's on the tour. Joan Jett. Is it just them four?
I think so. There's going to be some weird opening band, but
I kind of want to go. I don't think it's hit here yet. But the stuff that I've seen with the Crew, it's bad. Def Leppard sounds pretty good, though. Def
Leppard's always delivered the goods live. You never hear a lot of bad shit about their live show. I mean, maybe they can't sing. I don't know.
I think there's a lot of tracking going on.
Probably.
There's a lot of tracking going on. I mean, Motley Crue's a ton of tracking, all the background vocals. That's why Tommy, the click started, because that stuff's got to be nails, because all those backing vocals are pre-recorded.
Yep.
So, they got to hit at the right moment. So Def Leppard's great live. I've seen them a bunch of times. And when they hit in 1983, I know that's not their debut album. They got 2 albums before that. But when they hit was 83. It was Pyromania. Okay. I can't wait for people to tell me how much they loved Def Leppard before Pyromania came out. I didn't discover all of that other stuff until after Pyromania. That was my intro to the band, 83. But man, MTV, the little British shorts, the videos, it was huge. The logo, it was on every one of my fucking folders in school.
The
Social
Union
studies,
Jack
boom.
shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were the coolest, man. They were the coolest. Everybody loved them. It was so huge. By 87, Hysteria, they became a chick band to me. Like Bon Jovi, and that it just became, okay, we'll go to the concert because there's going to be a ton of ass there, but I got nothing from Hysteria. I have nothing from Hysteria on my list. I hate to be the guy that, tells you everything before I get into my list. It's all early stuff. You know what I mean? It's all Pyromania and before.
So where I come at it, Def Leppard is
you probably came into them with Hysteria, right?
It's where I got my schooling, but I definitely love Pyromania. You're sitting here talking about albums before Pyromania. I'm that guy. I don't know what that is. I still don't know what that is. I'm sure there's a song I know from pre-Pyromania. I'm sure
100% you do.
but I don't know anything about it. So
Okay.
that's where I'm coming at Def Leppard. Plus, let's not forget, I worked in classic rock for like 9 years. So I played a shit ton of Def Leppard. And when you listen to those songs, and you can go back and watch some of that behind the music shit and all that time they spent in the studios with Mutt Lange, who produced it and layered like 90 tracks of vocals and 50 tracks of guitars and all this shit and all this genius work and the amount of hours it took to put those albums together. That's all great. It's all great. And I love that shit. But today you listen to it, and you're like, wow, that's almost overdone a lot. You know what I mean? Like
it's so
overdone.
overly, I mean, the last little bit of rawness of the band, because the first 2 albums are raw, dude, you got to go listen to them, man. On Through the Night, High and Dry. They're great. I mean, they were just a straight ahead rock band, and almost had a little bit of punk influence just because of the rawness of what you're hearing.
Well, they're British. I mean, they're,
correct.
Huge out of the late 70s. Yeah.
So yeah, that stuff is, I mean, their first album came out in 1980. You're just a couple years off from the Sex Pistols. Yeah. It's not punk, don't get me wrong, but it is some raw, straight ahead rock. And then when you see them, Pyromania was Mutt Lange, and it still was a little crunchy. And then Hysteria was just boom. I mean, you had the Accident, you had the drums sounding differently because you got a drummer with one arm now and all of that. Well, then go ahead. I want to let you go first on your top 5 Def Leppard songs.
I do want to make one other comment, and then I'll get into my 5. My 5 will be very quick, I promise.
If you tell me a one-arm drummer joke right now, I'm going to punch the camera. Do
that. That's a horrible thing to do.
It seems like a setup for. It just seems like I triggered some old joke you remember.
No. I don't know. I really don't know any fucking jokes. I can't tell jokes. No, you went. I'm gonna go further back into our conversation. You were talking about how, like, when they first came out, they were badass, the Union Jack shirt, and you made a comment, and I didn't go after it then, but you said, he was wearing those really short shorts, and that was awesome.
It was 83, dude. It was 1983.
I just want to point out, I wear short shorts, but it's not awesome when I do it, apparently. So I just want to say the 10s get dropped, and I take my influences from a lot of different places, like maybe 83 version shorts from Def Leppard. I just want to throw that out there. Back to the top 5. So thank you for acknowledging that short shorts are cool. I appreciate it, Rod.
Why don't you edit that whole little observation of yours out of the podcast and do us all a favor? Top 5 Def Leppard songs. Jason Ginty, what you got?
If you don't have a fucking ballad on your list, you're not a Def Leppard fan, because that's what they're great at, dude. They can write the chick song. You have to have a ballad. You got to have a ballad. Because you know what? I'm here to admit it. I love me a good ballad. I do love a good ballad. And I will crank the shit out of some cheese ass ballads, man. Because you know what? Back then, you had a girl. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, no.
Is that it?
That one. I don't have that one.
What is your ballad?
That was great. Number 5, Bringing on the Heartbreak. Don't know why. Couldn't give you an explanation as why.
Hey, Dick, what album do you think that's from?
I don't know.
That's pre-Pyromania.
Oh, so I am cool. All right, good. Good to know. All right, good. Good to know.
That's from High and Dry, 1981.
All right. So see, look, I told myself when we had our time off and our little sabbatical away from each other. I said, you know what? I'm going to be a little even more honest on the podcast. So I'm honestly telling you, okay, I guess I do know about High and Dry.
You do know a song before Pyromania.
Okay, good. But you know what? Def Leppard ballads, damn it, they get me every time. All of them. Love Bites, and they had later ones that were just shit, but I loved them then too. So yeah. I'm a sucker for the ballads. Anyway, this one's my curveball. Stage Fright. Fucking Stage Fright. It's like it starts off live and it's just badass, dude. That one I believe is from I think that's Pyromania. I looked it up. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. Stage Fright. Look it up. It's great. Great fun. It rocks. It's cool. That was number 4. Number 3. I'm a sucker still for this. I played on the radio 1,000 times. Rock of Ages. Still love Rock of Ages. How do you not? It's great. That's at number 3. Number 2, Rock Till You Drop. And I didn't love it. And I think, and I may have this wrong, but I think that song was in Marky Mark's movie, Rockstar. They used it in there. I think that was when they were racing the Batmobile or some shit. Seems like that was in there. And it because the way it was used in that movie, I kind of liked it more then. So the movie brought that song around for me. Rock Till You Drop. And number one, and I can't believe it's my number one, but damn it, it's my 5. Dude, I'm still a sucker for Photograph. It's
a great song.
There's just a cool groove to it. The guitar sounds cool. It's just awesome. I love Photograph. I know it's a little on the nose. It's a little
Photograph's awesome.
Generic.
It's still awesome. It's still great. I mean, the whole album, the whole Pyromania album is great. I don't have Rock Till You Drop, but why I like it is because that's a needle dropper. I had the album. That's the first song of the album. So you drop the needle. That's a needle dropper song. Side 1, Pyromania, drop the needle, boom, and you go into it. Back when you were listening to albums, you rarely skipped songs. You played the whole side of an album, which is a great one. Because Stage Fright, Die Hard the Hunter.
Yeah, Stage Fright is Pyromania. I just looked at it.
No, Rock Till You Drop into Photograph, I believe. But you would always start. So you would always hear that song. So the first song, bands knew they had to put out a banger right out of the gate, Not a bad list, Jason Ginty.
Yeah, I'm going to be schooled now because I know you're going to have some older shit that I'm going to want to go look up. So that's why I love these top 5s. Again, we say it every time. It's how we all discover more music. And I love it, man. So what are you hitting us with, man? Number 5, what do you got? I'm prepared
to take everyone's shit because, again, nothing from Hysteria. Look at this lineup. Track 1, Woman. Track 2, Rocket. Track 3, Animal. 4, Love Bites. These are all singles. 5, in order. 5, Pour Some Sugar on Me. 6, Armageddon. Armageddon.
Yeah.
6 fucking singles.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the album. None of them are on my list. It's so overproduced. It's so overly produced. It's just the drum sound, and I get it. You had to do some different things, but that's not my only gripe about it. It's just so layered and layered and layered. It's so thick that when you go back, it's so far. The stuff they did earlier was raw. It was way thinner, but man, it just rocked so much more.
Was there a situation too? I mean, obviously that is all 100% on the nose. I mean, that's fucking way overdone on that album. But you think there was Def Leppard fatigue? Because Pyromania came out 83, and that had a bunch of singles. And you were back then, you were working a single for a long ass time, and it was on your radio a lot. Do you think by the time they came out with the next album, you're like, fucking more Def Leppard? It's kind of like what we have with Chili Peppers now and some of these other bands where that's like, oh, gee, Imagine Dragons is a great example. You're like, the fuck? Do these guys never stop putting music out?
That's kind of how I felt, but that took them to the next level. It took those songs took them to the stratosphere. And I think Woman may have been the first single, and it wasn't a huge hit. Now they're kind of worried, like, wait a minute, what's going on here? They just came off of Pyromania, which changed the game. Pyromania changed the game. And then they put out Woman, and they got it wrong. Like that's clearly the wrong single to put out. And it didn't set the world on fire. And people were going, Def Leppard, are they done? Are they over with? And then clearly not with Rocket, Animal, Love Bites, and everything. And Pour Some Sugar. Come on. But yeah, then I think they became Creed and Nickelback after that. After that album, because it was so much. I mean, you go 6 singles deep, everyone's sick of you. Everyone's sick of you at that point. Chicks loved them for some reason.
And you think, okay, so that's 87. Yeah, okay. Maybe my theory was going to be that, they were so polished that's where hair metal really took off, and everyone was super polished sounding and slick. And it's just that the perfect time period where the Poisons and all that bullshit hair metal was just exploding too, that might have been part of the issue of hair metal at that point. What do you got for top 5, Rod?
What do I have for my top 5?
Did you lose your notes?
Got them right here.
All right.
In at number 5, Foolin'.
Yeah,
Foolin' Pyromania. In at number 5. You did not have that on your list.
I did not. That's a good one though. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Pyromania is going to be heavy on here. Number 4, Photograph.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that song is
Pyromania, 1983. Let's see, 5, 4, 3, Rock Brigade.
okay.
If you listen to one early Def Leppard song, I want you to listen to Rock Brigade. And if and when we ever do another podcast, I want you to say, fuck, Rod. That's really good, man. You're right. They were a fucking great rock band. They were awesome, straight ahead rock band. Rock Brigade, On Through the Night. I believe it's the first track on the album too.
All right. I got on my list. I will go dig it up.
So that's On Through the Night is 1980. Bringing On the Heartbreak comes from High and Dry, 81. Mm-hmm. That's my number 2.
What?
And yeah, Bringing On the Heartbreak is number 2.
See, ballads.
Yeah. And then number 1, Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages was just in such a heavy, all 3 of those, Photograph, Rock of Ages, Foolin'. It's the same fucking video. It's just them jamming, and there's some chicks, and then there's somebody's chained up. I don't know. It's the same video.
They were all the same.
They're all the same, but I just couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't get enough of it. That was when MTV was so fresh, was so raw, so everything, so brand new. And I had to go to my grandma's house to watch it. I didn't even have it. But man, Def Leppard, the excitement in the room when a Def Leppard video came on, it was just, there was nothing, the energy from Def Leppard coming off of the television was, you really got to kind of take yourself back, because they kind of became a band that was a little laughable to me afterwards. But the excitement level of 1983, that year, and those songs, just amazing.
Def Leppard went from being super cool, like, holy shit, Def Leppard on every notebook, it was everywhere. You had the patch in your jean jacket, the whole thing. And then it went from being super cool to, you're like, it turned into Nickelback, like you said earlier. It's like, they flipped on you, because they made Hysteria, which again, it sold bazillions of albums, huge. But to guys like us, it's like, ooh, it's a little too clean, too pretty, too nice, too neat. Didn't like it. The rock and roll, give it to me raw, Rod. Give it to me raw.
Well, and then we got raw though. I mean, several years later, then we got Nirvana, so they had a pretty good fucking run. I mean, Hysteria, so overly produced, but the amount of time that it takes to put out 6 singles is, I mean, even in that cycle, which
that's a couple.
A band could get 3-4 years out of that now, but that was probably a good solid 2 years of just keep putting out singles. So you figure 87 the album comes out, 88 into 89 now. Def Leppard is still ruling the world. Yep. Okay, Def Leppard and Bon Jovi, they're ruling the world. I mean, they're just that's on the upper level. I mean, you got all the warrants and all of that shit, but Def Leppard, Motley Crue, they're above everyone.
Right.
And, Def Leppard had that lane wide open until 92. I mean,
they went
90, 91, Def Leppard is still in the cycle. They're still out there. And then boom, then the world kind of changes a little bit. And I'm sure, them along with everybody else was shitting their pants.
Going, wait a minute, we're overproducing. These guys sound like they recorded in a garage.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what a difference. It's
correct.
Visceral. It's scratching at your eardrums, and we're all pretty. Yeah. Good top 5, Rod. I gotta have to go listen to Rock Brigade as soon as we're done, man. That's
I promise you, I know that you will love that song. The other song would be the thing that was bubbling under. Let It Go was bubbling under, and an old song that they did called Wasted. Wasted off their first album. Sounds like a band that I was in my garage. Go the 2 songs I really want you to hear, Rock Brigade, and I want you to listen to Wasted. Wasted, the lyrics are so stupid. It's just about getting wasted. But cool. But it's raw, dude. And then I want you to kind of think, okay, Rod said something about the Sex Pistols. They're not punk at all. Listen to the rawness of it though.
Right.
And you see and you can't shit on a band for becoming polished and huge. You can't.
No.
You could always stay that indie band and you could, trying to say something, like Motorhead never changed anything, just Motorhead was always true to Motorhead. You knew exactly what you were going to get. Def Leppard didn't want to be there. Def Leppard wanted to play stadiums, and they did. They played stadiums. They had to change. They had to polish things up.
Okay.
And you can't shit on them, but man, that early stuff, it's fucking great. It really is awesome. Those first 2 albums, the first 3 albums, because Pyromania is amazing. The first 3 Leopard albums are just awesome.
Damn it. I'm going to give me a Def Leppard t-shirt now. Son of a bitch. See how this goes, Rod? Rod, let's take another break. I want to get your shirt information out there so that I remember to buy one.
Oh yeah.
And then we can do some final thoughts here. So the Rod Ryan Show Cares online store will be open just a couple more days, raising money to purchase backpacks for local children in need. Just go to the rodryanshowcares.com and see all the kick-ass summer t-shirts, koozies, get a water bottle, and all new bandana, and still taking pre-orders on embroidered button-down fishing shirts. Really? No shit.
You know what that is? When I say a fishing shirt, do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea.
It's that shirt that dudes wear of a certain age, our age,
when they're fishing.
But it's got that weird long flap in the back, and it's got like the air, it's got like a little meshy thing underneath it.
You can cover yourself but not sweat your balls off.
Like I guarantee somebody that has an LSU one, some guy that wears that, cargs and flip-flops.
Yeah,
that's the shirt they wear. Like that's the LSU shirt. That is.
Yep.
It's a fishing shirt. That's what we have.
All right, that's cool. Taking the pre-orders for the button-down fishing shirt. Safe, secure shopping. Their goal is to pass out 4,000 backpacks filled with age-appropriate school supplies this Saturday. So that means you got to get your ass on the website and buy some stuff ASAP. Like as you're listening to this, be like, okay, I can keep listening, but I can do some damn shopping. Okay, they need to raise over $80,000. Help out if you can. You can also donate cash right on the store's front page. Thanks to BMP, that's Brand Management Professionals, for hosting the site and doing all the printing. And the partners, Houston Children's Charity. Shop now. The Rod Ryan Show Cares.com. Get on there, buy a shirt. You need a shirt. You're going to need a new shirt. They're cool. I see you posting pictures all the time. Dude, these are good shirts. Okay.
Or you can just drop $20 in there and we'll give a backpack to a kid.
Dude, it's awesome. I've said this before. Money. I know it takes a lot of work. It's awesome what you're doing. You and all the guys on your show and your radio station. It's huge. It's awesome. It really is awesome. So, congrats. And I can't wait to see and hear the final numbers and how Saturday goes handed out. I'm sure that's got to be a thrill. It's just got to be cool. It's
awesome. It's super awesome. There's just, now we have it down where, it's an assembly line, because there's other people that have kind of like attached onto us. And there's a dentist here, Charlie, and Dr. Charlie, and he's done very well in his life. And he calls me up about 9 years ago. He's got young kids at that time. And he said, hey man, I've done well, and I want my kids to kind of know my kids, we're rich, I don't want my kids to grow up like this. I want them to get them to do something. Can I put together some bags? Can I come out and like maybe give, all the kids, toothpaste and a toothbrush and floss in a bag? And I go, yeah, dude, put your name all over that shit. Put a business. He goes, nope, I don't want my name on anything. I don't want nothing. I just want to do that. He brings out a couple thousand bags. They sit at home and they bag this stuff up. Okay. And I've watched these kids grow up. They come out. They're one of the stations that you go by and you get toothbrush and toothpaste and floss and stuff.
Wow.
There is a woman, and I can't remember her daughter's name. I feel terrible right now because I'm on the spot, but her daughter passed away a number of years ago, and she drowned. And she was a young girl when she passed away, and the girl loved to read. So the mom, to keep her name going, came up Maddie's book club, and she collects books all year round. And this is her passion now. This is how she stays connected with her daughter. She collects books all year. And it's like Maddie's library. And she stamps them all and puts them all, and they're all in different ages. And she's got a couple thousand books out there. That's one of the stations. She comes. How old are the kids? Boom, 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 boom. She's got a bunch of people working with her. They give out the books. It's an amazing day. And it's always the hottest day of the year.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? It's gotta be.
And then, it's great. TV cameras come and it's like, I just look like a wet rat. Okay. Like I just got shipwrecked there. Right. And hey, you do a cutaway for the news? Sure. Just give me water, please. What's up? We're giving out backpacks.
Working your ass off. That's great though, man. It's such a cool thing. It really is. So, hats off to you and your crew there, man. That's huge. That's just freaking awesome. Well, let's wrap this thing up, dude. Final thoughts, Rod. I've traveled a lot. I was on a bunch of airplanes, bunch of trains, and all that shit. And can I just say that, like, when you're online and all you hear on the news is my flight got canceled. And I'm not saying these things don't happen. Okay. They do. My flight, this guy's an asshole on the plane. The guy won't wear a mask. He gets yelled at. People freaking out on planes. Can I just tell you, I traveled my ass off across the globe and, none of that happened. It was smooth sailing the whole way.
I'm just going to drink. I'm drinking my tea as you're talking. Yeah. I'm trying to just go ahead. Keep talking.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't have
fucking glad you had a great experience, bro. I'll be over here drinking my tea. Wrap it up. Go ahead.
The only thing that was an issue was I waited 2 hours to get my bags at Heathrow in London, but it's because they had a strike. But okay, I got a funny feeling, Rod, that maybe your traveling goes so well. Please tell me.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. I was in Tampa for 9 hours with a 4-year-old kid. Did you hear me? 9 hours. Okay. Tampa? Yeah. Why am I in Tampa? I'm going to Buffalo. Why am I in Tampa, Jason?
Long way around, man. Holy shit, really?
I mean, just L-shaped all the way down to Tampa on my way home.
Were you supposed to go there?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Because they wanted two hops on other flights. So that was the one hop, meaning one layover.
Gotcha. Yeah. Makes it easier with the kids.
So I leave Buffalo at 9:30, get to Tampa about 1, and then I get on a plane at 11 o'clock. No? Yeah, because of the time difference. My kid and we lay down here in Houston 2:30 a.m.
Oh,
I have a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old, and the Tampa airport is tiny. It's small. It's not big. One bathroom. One of the bathrooms was down. There's 2 little concourses. That was it. 4-year-old. Trying to keep her entertained.
9 hours.
Yeah, dude. So
what the fuck?
I'm glad you hanging out with the Beatles and didn't have any trouble. I was down with Tom Brady in Tampa and I was stuck for 9 hours. Sucked ass.
Wow. Holy shit, dude. Yeah. No, I've got friends that are like, dude, I got stuck in Dallas for like 20 hours in the airport. I'm like,
yeah,
it sucks. I'm just saying I got lucky. I got real.
Even when we got back to Houston, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Yep. I'm like, okay, so let's get the bags. Let's go, man. Everybody's a little testy here. Everybody's been sitting around for a long time. Another fucking hour, man. There's just nobody working.
Yeah.
It was another hour to get our bags, bro.
Yep.
45 minutes for them to hit the dealio. 45 minutes on top of everything that happened already that night.
Yep.
My kid was a maniac and she was amazing. She really was. She was great. I mean, a 4-year-old, anything could happen. Anything can happen. You could have a complete maniac. You could have a kid that's just, she's bored and, daddy, I'm bored and daddy, when are we going to go home? But for the most part, it was good. But Jesus Christ, man, what a day. I don't know if she's ever going to want to fly again.
No, that would kill it for me. That would definitely kill it. Any other final thoughts besides your shitty travel experience?
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring that up, but
sorry I brought it up.
Great. So it's been mentioned 3 times on the show that we've been doing this a long time. And you're kind of running out of those those moments that I talked about watching Def Leppard on MTV, and you're like so excited. I'm like, oh my God. you do this job a long time, and it's like, everything is kind of already happened. Everything's already happened. So, there's some things. I mean, I'm super excited about giving out these backpacks. It's a passion thing. And I'll be super excited. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going through the motions, but sometimes you look at your early career, and when stuff hit you for the first time, it's like, wow, this is so amazing. And I had one of those things that happened this week for as long as I've done this. Blue October has a new single out right now. And we're pretty tight with those guys because they're from Houston. And Justin Furstenfeld, who's the lead singer and the chief songwriter, he's the guy. So Blue October have a new single out. They got a new video, Spinning the Truth Around. I recommend everybody go listen to the song. I recommend everybody go watch the video. Go look at that desert that they're filming in. What's in the box? Same desert. Cool car, although it's a Chevy. I think it's a Camaro. It's a little too car-y for me. I think it's a Camaro. Justin trusts us and gives us the world premiere about 2 weeks ago. Honest to God, world premiere, not, all of our iHeart stations at the same time, blasting a song out. It's a world premiere. He gives it to us in the morning. So he comes on the phone. We have not heard it yet. I'm like, dude, you there? He's like, yeah, I'm here. I go, okay, we're about to listen to your song for the first time. And he's like, I'm nervous. I go, for real? He goes, yeah, this is the first time you guys are all hearing what I've been working on.
Right.
I go, you still get nervous? And I go, yeah. And he said, yeah. So we play the song. It's a great song. Tessa is bawling. She's crying. So I go to her for her comments, and she's lost it. She's crying, and she can't even comment on the song.
Wow.
So I get back. Bring Justin back on, and I'm like, dude, I don't know those opening lyrics, but you said something about listening to the radio. It would have been cool if you dropped that you were listening to this radio station. And he goes, yeah, that would have been cool. Now, like when you interview somebody, you try to like grab them off the beginning. That was it. That was just some dopey radio thing that I did. Just kidding. And then we talk about it and we tell them how much we love the song. I go on vacation and I look at my inbox and it says Blue October, have a listen. The lyrics of the song for the Blue October song, Spinning the Truth Around, the opening line is driving home with the radio on. Got it tuned to the loneliest station I know, getting low. And it's kind of a sad song. He's going through some things in his life. Sure. So I heard him say radio. And I'm like, cool. I'm just glad you mentioned the radio.
Right.
I'm on vacation. It says, have a listen to this. He fucking went in and re-recorded the intro of the song. And he put listening to the Rod Ryan show on the radio. He made us our own customized version of the song. This is a hit song for them, Jason. This is charting. Okay.
Yeah, no, it is. I've been watching it. Yeah.
So it's charting. He went in and you cannot tell. It's not like, you and I, we've done production before and we've done shitty edits and we've thrown things in there and you can clearly tell that, this wasn't done at the time of the recording. You cannot tell it is seamless. And he put the Rod Ryan show in the opening of the song. He changed the lyrics around. Of a joke that I made, that we didn't even spend much time on. He just got that idea. Boom. This is where this guy is just so incredibly smart and such a hard worker that in radio, we still have those moments where we pinch ourselves after doing it for so long. And I'm like, fucking A, this is like a hit song right now that's being played across the radio stations are across the country. They're on tour with the Goo Goo Dolls right now.
Right.
And he changed the lyrics of his song and dropped our radio show into the song and gave us our own customized version of the song.
And I would hope that's the only one. You're only playing that across the day, right? You're not playing. You told the boss, like, fuck that other version, man. We're playing this one all the time, every time. This is a hit, baby.
Unbelievable, right?
It's just cool.
You see your name on a t-shirt. You're like, the first time that happens, it's crazy.
Cool.
You see your big dumb head on the side of a Monster Jam truck. You're like, Jesus Christ, that's my head on a Monster Jam truck. You pinch yourself.
Yeah.
You kind of think that you can't be you can't be, feeling like a kid again. And then something happens. And that happened this morning, playing it on the air and kind of sharing that with everybody today.
That's cool though.
Yeah, it was pretty badass, dude. It was pretty
really
cool to have a customized version of what is a hit song. Local bands, there's been some drops here and there, and there's been some fun things, but
sure.
This is Blue October is a big national act.
Yeah. They're coming to New Orleans in December. We're doing a bunch of shit with them, so I can't wait to like talk to them and stuff and just I remember meeting those guys years ago. But yeah,
they played Banana-Palooza.
Yeah. That's when we got to meet them and hang out and stuff, and they were great. They're so cool. He's great dude. So wow, that's cool. That's really freaking cool.
Like, wow, I'm pinching myself, and it's just hearing it and playing it on the radio and then hearing it through the speakers in the studio. You're just like, what? Come on. So those are the little things where I still know that I really, really love what I do for a living. And I hope it's going well for you at your new station. I know that, you're in a building process right now, but I'm glad that you're where you need to be. You were doing great at classic rock, but I know this is a little bit more of your passion. And I'm glad you're back in this game, in our game. What we were brought up with. It's amazing, for as long as, you've kind of hopped around a little bit, and I've hopped around a little bit, but I've always stayed with the same format. Right. That's insanity. That all I've ever done is alternative. That's it. So you're back where you need to be. And I hope that they know that. And it's just going to take you a little time, but I know that you're going to turn that radio station around, and we'll be talking about your successful numbers soon enough.
Well, that's why I brought it up now, so that everyone can kind of follow us along. Because it's like I've talked to different people recently. I've been getting out more lately for some reason, and they talk about the podcast. And they're like, man, you know what? We've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of shit about radio that I had no idea about, and it's kind of cool going behind the curtain with you guys. So that's why I brought up that you've got the #1 alternative radio station in the country, and I think I'm programming currently. My name is attached to the fucking worst rated one. But you know me, dude. That ain't going to be for long. So we got great people at the station. It's a great station. Alt 92.3 in New Orleans, by the way. Check it out. And we're having fun. You know what? We really are. And it's a sea change of things. It's not just, play more Red Hot Chili Peppers. There's way more involved. But we'll get into that down the road. I can't wait to start talking about it, because I want to bring everyone along on the journey.
Right. When Blue October comes, is it the Goo Goo Doll Blue October show?
No, I wish it was, because I haven't seen those guys in a long time either. It's in December. I don't know who they're with. I think it's their show.
Yeah.
So we're doing shit with them. It's going to be great. I can't wait. We've got a lot of shows coming lately, man. I'm going to be concerted out the next couple of months. It's going to be so cool. I'm so excited about all this shit.
Yeah. Anything you need from Justin, he's the best. I mean, he is absolutely the best. He gets it. He'll get up early. He'll come into the radio station. He'll do that. You know what I mean? He'll do that. Get him to come in, bring an acoustic guitar. He'll fucking blow your mind. He will blow your mind.
Yeah, it's great. So, all right, dude. Well, hey, it's good to be back. It really is good to be back and doing.
Good to see you, Jason. And looking at you here on the YouTube channel over here, and you look good. That vacation, did you find? Did you put a piece of meat in your mouth or something? You look good.
No. I'm still on the train, baby.
Mushy peas. Mushy peas for 2 weeks.
I did have some fish and chips. I kind of broke my deal. I ate a little bit of fish because I really wanted to try it. Fish. I love fried fish, so I did have a little bit of the fried fish, the fish and chips. So it was delicious. God damn, it was good. I love that kind of stuff, man.
Did you just immediately shit yourself because you ate fried food?
No. I mean, and it's not like, the fish and chips, the frying is very thin. It's not like, they do it like, Popeyes. It's not just fucking caked on shit.
Yeah, right.
Deep frying. It's very thin. So it's not like it's a big deal. Yeah. If I ate that, I'd be dead. So yeah, no, we'll get caught up on other things, I think, on the next episode, but it's just good to get back and get another one under our belts. And I just want to say thanks to everybody for beating us up on, hey, where's the fucking podcast? It's been great. It really has shown that people give a shit about this thing. At least 7 or 8 people do.
Yeah, I got to remember now, now it's time to night. I got to sleep tight till tomorrow morning. And then I'll have to tell people I'll be excited. Hey, man, I did another podcast. I mentioned on the air today that, I'm doing a podcast. There's a new one. Fucking Alex, not only does he never misses that damn Pass the Gravy. There's nobody more consistent ever. This guy doesn't take any weeks off. Then he does this Big Brother thing. He loves that show, Big Brother. And him and his fiance, and he gets some other people on. He'll do that 3 times a week. He's doing like 4. And then he jumps on another one with another guy where they talk about the Giants and some fucking soccer team. He does like 5 podcasts a week, and we're having a hard time doing the one.
Yeah, I can't do more. I come flying in here last second, like, okay, bro, sorry. I'm like, it's just.
Jason comes flying in at 7:05, and I look at him just like the line in Rockstar. Is that eyeliner you're wearing? That's for another story. That'll be for another podcast.
Oh, that'll be.
Is that eyeliner you're wearing?
Yeah, sometimes. We'll have a great.
I'm in a band.
We'll have a great story one day about that. It'll blow people's minds. It's a whole nother world I live in. All right, dude. Good talking to you, man. Let's rock and roll some more. We'll do another one next week, right? Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay, good.
Yes. We will do another one next week, and we'll have all new stuff to talk about.
I hope so.
Let's go. It's time. Put on they pants.
Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. See us on our YouTube channel and follow our social media pages at PlayPantsPod.